Good morning and welcome to the VSA Capital 5-Minute Morning Miner. It's Friday, June the 24th. It's the end of the week, and a few people are saying, I think, are we nearly there? Meaning, are we nearly there at the bottom of the market? I'm not sure we are, but that's what the fund managers are crying out. Are we nearly there? Morning, Paul. How are you?
Good morning, and it's a beautiful day outside. Must have been a good ride in, I would think.
It was a lovely ride in and quite a quick one too. Not too much traffic out there. Anyway, let's crack on with mining. There's quite a few things out this morning, particularly in the sort of battery materials type products. Where would you like to start, Paul?
Well, let's start right off here with the Cornwall story here. Cornish Lithium. TechMed has satisfied their due diligence review on Cornish Lithium's lithium mica project in Cornwall and has proceeded to give a further cash injection of 9 million sterling at 20p per share into Cornish Lithium. And this is for the Trelever open pit lithium mica production and processing initiative. That scoping study showing a 24% IRR and a payback period of under 4 years with a 20-year life of mine. So making good progress there, it would appear.
Yeah, the only problem there is, I obviously haven't seen the scoping study, and I have a lot of time for TechMed. I think they're very smart. I've actually been to the Trevor open pit, and look, potentially you can make 5,000 tons maybe, but it's not enough for a lithium hydroxide plant or anything like that. You'd need at least 20,000, and that's the only pit they've got. It's a very small piece of land. Now, all of the English China clay pits, basically bar this one small piece of land, are owned by Imerys. And I know that both British Lithium and Cornish Lithium are hopeful of getting ore from Imerys, but we've been having our own conversations with Imerys. Imerys actually have obviously woken up to the fact that they're sitting on an incredible asset here, and I don't think they're about to give it away to the other players. And are almost certainly going to do something of their own. They actually have a China clay pit with a similar sort of resource down in France, which they're looking to develop first. So the whole key to Cornish Lithium actually is Imerys. And really at the moment, the other two do not have enough resource. Well, British Lithium don't have any. All they have is a pilot plant on how to process lithium. Cornish Lithium is like, really the Trevor open pit is not big enough. So we'll watch this space with interest. I'm not being negative. I'm simply saying that I think you need to be very clear of what's really going on down there and put it into perspective. But whilst on lithium, actually, I think the one that, and we talked about it quite a lot, Paul, is Vulcan Energy have done a fantastic deal today, haven't they? And this just goes on to show why we have so much faith in Francis Whedon, who's a brilliant operator, and why we would love it to dual list in London on the Aquis Exchange. But Paul, tell us what's happened there.
Yes, this is ASX listed geothermal lithium developer in Germany, Vulcan Energy. They have gotten a commitment from the automotive upstart Stellantis to put in a further $76 million Australian in equity into Vulcan, and that would make Stellantis the second largest shareholder of the company. And Stellantis had also extended the binding lithium hydroxide offtake agreement they had previously signed, such that it will now extend out by a further 5 years out to 2035. So obviously Stellantis both has a need for long-term committed supply for lithium hydroxide and a belief in Vulcan that they'll be able to produce it here in Europe.
That is certainly the way to do it. They've done very well. Now, actually, let's stick on lithium for a bit. There's quite a lot of lithium news today, actually, because Premier African Minerals, run by the wonderful George Roach, they've had some news out today, haven't they, on their Zulu lithium project?
Yes, this is a really fundamentally good news for Premier African for sure here. Suzhou TANA Ultra Clean Technology, a Chinese firm, has signed heads of terms for marketing and prepayment funding for the pilot plant for the Zulu lithium project Premier has down in Zimbabwe. And that commitment is a $3.5 million down payment and the follow-on investment up to a total of $35 million in order to produce roughly 48,000 tons of lithium pegmatite concentrate cons with SC6 grades in them. And as such, that essentially is a formal commitment at this point because it is signed, and it further consolidates the Chinese influence into the Zimbabwe lithium sector for sure.
Well done, Prem. But then, I mean, sticking on lithium, there was also, unfortunately, not such good news, wasn't there, from Leo Lithium this morning out in the ASX?
Yes, that's right. They came to the ASX market yesterday as an IPO, this being Leo being the spin-off of the Goulamina lithium pegmatite deposit in Mali of ASX listed Firefinch, but the market performance was not very good at all, with the shares off 24% from the pre-listing price of Australian 70 cents. So the company management felt prompted to release a statement today to reassure investors of the value proposition behind the Goulamina pegmatite mine. And it is one of the large deposits in the world here by pegmatite terms, and it is also backed by the preeminent lithium chemicals producer in China, Jiangxi Ganfeng.
Yeah. Okay. Now, also, because they're a Shanghai Mining Club client, Guanajuato Silver, the Mexican silver producer, they just put out a rather good video, haven't they?
Yes, they have. The latest video interview is now out on the Kitco news site on Guanajuato Silver, and the interview is with CEO James Anderson.
Yeah. Don't try saying that when you've had a few too many drinks. Anything else you want to talk about this morning, Paul?
Yes, I wanted to say a little bit about inflationary capex numbers that are being reported by various companies now. First off, cobalt integrated ASX company Jervois Global, they've raised their capex estimate to complete the Idaho cobalt mine by a further 10% to 107 million, but it is still on schedule for startup in September. And Argonaut Gold has otherwise reaffirmed their capex estimate for the Magino gold mine, which is now 2/3 complete at this point.
Yeah, I mean, look, the things that are killing mining at the moment, it's not just capex, it's also opex, because the price of energy, and miners are huge consumers of energy, has of course gone through the roof. The price of explosives has gone through the roof. Of course, mines are pretty big users of explosives. So there is an awful lot of inflationary pressure on the mining companies at the moment.
Yes, that's right, and it will probably continue for a little while yet.
Well, we'll obviously wait and see. Very good. I hope everyone enjoys the weekend. I hope you enjoy the weekend, Paul, and we'll be back again next week.
Very good. See you then.